Hi teachers, today let us discuss about reflective pedagogy, and before that let us discuss about reflective teacher. So we will actually call who is a good teacher. He or she, when she uses the reflective methodology or reflective practices, then that teacher can be called as a good teacher or maybe an effective teacher. So what do you mean by reflective pedagogy? So reflective pedagogy is the methodology in which a teacher who is always actually critically examining one's own teaching processes and practices, assumptions, methods and results to make informal changes for continuous professional development. So there are two types of functioning. One is automatic functioning, another one is reflective functioning. Automatic functioning means we go to classrooms. Before that we prepare for the teaching, and then we go to classroom, we teach, and then we conduct tests and we award marks for students. So this is continuously we are doing the things, continuously automatically we are doing the things. But here in the reflective pedagogy, the teacher continuously examining his or her own practices. How I am doing, what I am doing, and why I am doing. So the teaching practices in which a teacher is conducting or engaging, how those processes are being conducted are continuously examined by the teacher. So this is reflective pedagogy. So we all know reflection, no? So when there is a mirror is there, you see, if you consider this as a mirror, if the person standing here, he will get his or her reflection in this mirror. In the same way, reflective pedagogy reflects how the teacher is functioning, how the teacher is doing his work. So to become a professional teacher, to become an effective teacher, one has to continuously examine, continuously check, evaluate. What he or she has to evaluate? The processes, practices, methodologies, assumptions, and thinking. So these are the things in which reflection on one's own experiences, reflection on one's own assumptions. So the teacher has to reflect on his or her experiences or assumptions also. And also, before doing the reflection, the teacher needs to have the socio-cultural context of learners. He or she should have the clarity on what social cultural context the learners are coming, and also he or she should take into consideration of varied experiences of learners. So this diversity in the learners need to be understood by the teacher, and then continuously the teacher needs to engage in reflection. So this reflective pedagogy moves from routine action. So always we are doing our work in a routine manner or in an automatic manner. So whatever I am doing as a teacher, I am doing all the things in a better way. That's my assumption. Whether if I am evaluating it, if I am critically analyzing it, if I am critically examining it, then there is a scope for improvement. So the reflective pedagogy is in which it moves from routine teaching to action, routine action to thoughtful and deliberate process. So thoughtful and deliberate process. So most of the times when we spend some 5 years or 10 years in our teaching job, we will be in an automatic mode or we will be in a routine teaching mode. So shifting from routine mode to thoughtful and deliberate mode. So teaching is such a kind of activity in which we should be very thoughtful in nature. we should be very deliberate in nature. If this is possible only when we reflect our experiences, when we reflect our teaching methodology, when we reflect our actions, when we reflect our assumptions, when we reflect our thoughts. So, this reflective pedagogy makes the teacher a better teacher. Reflective pedagogy makes a teacher a continuously an effective teacher. So this is the reflective pedagogy. So in this episode, we are only learning about what is reflective pedagogy. In the next episode, we will learn about what is the rationale behind reflective pedagogy. Why we have to follow this? What is the rationale? So thank you so much for joining us.